Many thanks for joining us again on the newsroom. Chairman of Nigerian Teen Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri Erewa, has called for a thorough investigation into the alleged murder of Toyin Salau in the United States. Salau, a 19-year-old Nigerian-American activist, was found dead 3 days after she was declared missing in the city of Tallahassee, Florida, the United States on Monday. According to Tallahassee Police Department, Salau was last seen on June 6th. She spoke at the Black Lives Matter protest in the city and was declared missing hours after she tweeted she was sexually assaulted by a man who had offered her a ride to church. In a statement signed by Abdurrahman Balogun, the head of Media and Public Relations Unit, NIPCOM, Dabike Erewa described Salau's killings as highly depressing and cruel. The NIDCOM boss also condoled with the immediate family of the deceased. The federal government has given conditions for the reopening of schools and tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Speaking in Abuja on Tuesday, Minister of State for Education Chukwuemeka Nwajubi said all institutions must have hand-washing facilities, body temperature checks and body disinfectants at all entering points into the major facilities. He added that the whole premises of each institution must be decontaminated and all efforts must be geared towards maintenance of the highest level of hygiene. He added that social and physical distancing in class sizes and meeting spaces must be observed. The minister, however, warned school authorities against reopening schools without the federal government authorization. The Niger State House of Assembly has summoned Governor Abubakar Sani Bello to explain why his administration is doing nothing to address the incessant bandit attacks in the state. The legislators noted that since November 2019, there have been attacks in the state without much government action to address the issue. They alleged that the administration of the governor was only paying lip service to fighting insecurity. The legislators also summoned the Commissioner of Police and asked him to redeploy all divisional police officers in the affected areas, claiming they were not doing enough to combat insecurity in their territories. Godwin Obaseki, governor of Benue State, has formally resigned from the All Progressives Congress. The governor announced this on Tuesday after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. This comes as the Edo State chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Tony Aziegbemi, assured that the Edo governor will be joining the PDP. Aziegbemi, however, said that Obaseki would not be given an automatic ticket to fly the party's flag, as other aspirants had shown interest in the same position. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has sacked 3 top officials of the agency, Rivers State Microfinance Agency. In a statement on Monday, Rivers State Commissioner for Information and Communications in the state, Paulinus Nsirim, named the dismissed heads to include Head of SME Nimi Hari, Head of Finance and Accounts Ukele Okoji, and Internal Auditor Sofiri Koko. The governor also directed the heads of other departments of the agency to be arrested for further investigations. Wike also approved the dismissal of the managing director of the Rivers State Microfinance Agency, Ipali Bosuguls. Nsirim explained that the governor took the decision to sack him over the allegations of fraud against him. Let's take here to bring you updates on COVID-19 around the world. Do stay with us.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other Paper Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
The German mission in Nigeria has donated personal protective equipment worth 300,000 euros to a security agency in Nigeria on Monday. At an event held in Lagos, the German Consul General Stefan Trumann described the donation as part of collective measures to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. The equipment and consumables include hand sanitizers, disposable overalls, sanitizing spray, N95 mask, handheld digital infrared temperature readers, and disposable hand gloves. The items were handed to representatives of the Nigeria Police Force, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, as well as the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, among others. Executive Jets, the airline suspended by the federal government for flying musician Aziz Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, has tendered an apology to the government over what it described as a mix-up. In the letter dated June 15, 2020, the chairman and chief executive officer of the airline, Sam Owajoku, said he gave the approval for the flight, thinking the passenger was the Minister of Works, Babatunde Fashola. In the letter directed to Hadi Sirika, Minister of Aviation, Owajoku explained that the error occurred because Naira Marley also bears the name Fashola. Bolivians have destroyed multiple telecom masts over fears that 5G technology could transmit coronavirus, even though the South American country does not yet have 5G wireless infrastructure. Local police chief Franklin Villazon said 4 communication towers were destroyed in Yapacani near the city of Santa Cruz. He said the force is overwhelmed by the incident and likened it to a terrorist attack. Conspiracy theories say electromagnetic radiation causes the symptoms of COVID-19 and not a virus, an idea that has since been debunked by scientists. Bolivia has reported more than 19,000 virus cases, including 632 deaths. We'll take a break here and bring you up to speed with the latest in business, sports, and more after this. The recent borrowing trend by the federal government has generated concern among analysts in various sectors of the economy. While speaking to TV360 Nigeria via Skype, the Director General of the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, Timothy Olawale, says the non-sustenance of the government policies will put the nation at the edge of a debt crisis. Olawale says government should invest more in the diversification of the Nigerian economy.
There is no sustenance of our policy. In other words, we start a policy. Once we have a little bit of relief, we abandon it. The agricultural revolution, the Operation Feed the Nation, and the current drive to improve on the agricultural sector now remains to be seen whether it will be sustained. The iron and steel factory in Ajaokuta has been moribund despite all the expenditure incurred on the project. We also know that solid minerals, despite the vast and massive deposit of solid minerals in Nigeria, is underdeveloped and largely unorganized. And it's so painful that we have so much potential, yet we fail to tap into them. So government should look away from oil for now and focus on other sources of revenue to rescue the nation from the abyss or the precipice upon which we are resting, so that Nigeria will not plunge into economic or financial chaos.
An American missionary has pleaded guilty to sexually abusing girls at an orphanage he ran in western Kenya. Gregory Dole ran the orphanage in Kenya's Bomet County with his wife, Mary Dole. He pleaded guilty to 4 counts of engaging in illicit sexual conduct during a teleconference with U.S. District Judge Edward Smith and federal prosecutors. Dow committed the crimes between October 2013 and September 2014. He fled Kenya in September 2017 to avoid prosecution after police were tipped off the abuses. He is likely to serve up to 16 years in prison. Former Nigeria international Victor Moses has been listed by Chelsea's coach Frank Lampard among players to be asked to go via transfer market listing ahead of next season. Moses, who arrived Stamford Bridge in 2012 from Wigan, has had a mix of lows and downs experiences, with the Blues having had to endure a back-and-forth loan deal, which have taken him to Liverpool, Stoke City, West Ham, Fenerbahce and currently Inter Milan. The 29-year-old had won the Europa League in his first season at Chelsea, and in between his loan sojourns, he also won the Premier League with Chelsea in 2016 to 2017 and the FA Cup the following season under Antonio Conte. And that's it on News Now at this hour. Many thanks for joining in. I am Annetta Felix. Bye for now.